Raise your hand if you've ever seen someone give a great toast. All right, keep your hand up if you wish you could give that great a toast. All right, I remember the first time I had that feeling. I was standing next to my dad. I was 10 years old. He was 40, and it was his 40th birthday party. And all of a sudden, everybody turned to go look at my uncle, who was taking the stage to give a toast. And he told a story about when he and my dad went fishing as little kids. And he said that they were bringing fish into the boat, and each time a fish came in, my dad would plead with him and say, that fish has a family. That fish has a life. We have to throw that fish back. And then he closed by saying that exemplified the kind of guy my dad is. Somebody who cares about family, cares about others, and wants to do the right thing. Everybody applauded. My dad cried like a baby, which we do in my family. And it made a memory for me that has lasted until now. It's one of the most powerful memories from my childhood. And all of us here have the opportunity to give powerful toasts and tributes. Especially at GSB, we're going to have a lot of opportunities to do this. In personal settings, we'll be asked to give toasts at weddings and at birthday parties and maybe at a Thanksgiving dinner. In professional settings, too, we'll be asked to give toasts. In many countries, it's expected that you give a toast to open a new business relationship. Toasts are also a great way to celebrate a deal that you've closed or to thank a colleague who's done a particularly good job. They're also a good opportunity to stand out as individuals. Giving a toast is a good way to show that you know how to take command of a room, that you're confident, and that you appreciate those around you. All of the potential in toasts can also make them an intimidating thing to give. Fortunately, there are rules that you can follow to ensure that you give a good toast. And they're simple. And so our goal today is to give you the confidence and skills that you need to give powerful and impactful toasts.
In order to really understand what makes a toast powerful and impactful, we looked at a wide range of different resources to really get at 5 key elements of what makes a toast truly memorable. We looked at a varied set of resources, including Peggy Noonan, who was the former President Reagan's chief speechwriter, a writer of The Simpsons, Rob Lazebnik, and other resources as well. And so we really came down to 5 key elements of what makes a toast really memorable. The first one is to be personal and sincere. There's a reason why Johnny remembered the speech that his uncle gave. That reason has to do with the fact that his uncle conveyed a personal, authentic story. There's also a reason why you're the person who's standing in front of other people giving a toast. That reason has to do with the fact that you have a close and personal connection with the audience. And you have a close and personal connection with the person you're talking about. Use that to your advantage, so be personal. Secondly, as you all know, when you stand up to give a speech, in particular a toast, you feel a strong emotion towards the audience. You look at the people that you both like and respect. We suggest that you use that emotion to convey heartfelt authenticity. So remember, to give a memorable toast, be personal and be sincere. The second learning that we'd like you to take away is that you should make it about them, not you. Remember that the aim of your talk is to pay tribute to the person that you're making the toast to, not to yourself.
I remember when I made CEO at 42, Mark was right there to celebrate with me. So let's raise a glass to Mark.
Recognize that wasn't necessarily a tribute to Mark. Make sure you're not Johnny when you're giving a speech. So pay tribute to the person that you're actually meant to pay tribute to.
Third, use humor appropriately. Many people feel like they need to start a toast with a joke. But the truth is, it's far more important to be authentic and oneself. So if it's not you, don't force yourself to crack a joke. On the other hand, if you're a person for whom humor is very natural, remember, embarrassing isn't funny. So this trip to Vegas, which was amazing at the time, at this point might not be an appropriate thing to recall. So leave it out. 4, tell a story. Every story has a beginning, middle, and an end. And so every speech should have a beginning, middle, and an end. When you walk into the room and you realize that more than half of the audience doesn't know you, start with a brief introduction of yourself, your relationship to the person or people you're toasting to, and offer a brief remark about the ceremony you're all attending. And then take your audience on a journey so that when you come to an end, they all feel like they understood something. That couple was really meant to be together. That company is the best company to work for. That leader, who's retiring today, has been the most inspiring leader in the history of this firm. And last but not least, prepare and practice. We all know very well by now that there's no good speech without preparation. And the shorter the presentation, the longer the preparation. While there's no hard rules about how long the toast should take, the rule of thumb says it should be 5 minutes or less. So start with a blank piece of paper. Write down your main message that you want to convey and recall some of the anecdotes and stories. And then use techniques that we've all learned in this class to turn them into this powerful story that you're soon to tell. Once you're done outlining your speech, practice and rehearse. Rehearsing will help you feel a lot more comfortable with the content you're about to say, and hopefully will free you up to make a contact with your audience, make an eye contact with the person you're talking to, or with the people you're giving a toast to. So to wrap it up today, our hope is that the next time you're asked to give a speech, to give a toast, you will embrace the challenge and remember about 5 things. Be personal and sincere. Make it about them, not you. Use humor appropriately. Tell a story. Practice, prepare, and practice.
When I walked into this class 9 weeks ago, I wasn't quite sure what to expect. All that I knew was that our classmates had highly recommended the class and the teaching team, but that was about it. And over the past 2 months, I've been really impressed by how much everyone's grown as speakers and as writers. We've learned how to clearly structure presentations, we've learned how to write impactful memos, and we've learned how to really connect with the audience through personal stories and eye contact. Nick, when you did your first presentation, it was really impactful. Not only was your story of Bronny really moving, but the way you delivered it was inspiring to me. And all of your presentations this quarter have been really great. So I use you as a source of motivation when I'm getting ready to speak. So thank you. And Lewis, see you up there. You have an incredible ability to connect with the audience. You have such a conversational style that is impressive, and it's something I think about before I even come on. And I use you as a source of inspiration. And Zach, TA, we've gotten to know you a lot better this quarter, and I think we're all impressed that Jessie is still your wife. As we wrap up the class, and as some of us get ready to graduate, we're here today better presenters, better communicators, and better leaders. Now, the journey isn't done. We'll have plenty of opportunities to speak in public in the future, whether it be giving a speech at a conference, whether it be giving a startup pitch on Sand Hill Road, Whether it be those brief, everyday moments when you'll have a chance to stand up and make a memorable tribute. Now, you all have a glass of champagne or Sprite in front of you. So let's raise a glass to 315. Seize those moments where you can stand up and make a memorable tribute. Whether it be to thank somebody in the audience, whether it be to thank your guests for coming to your housewarming, or whether it be to give a birthday toast that your family will remember for years to come. Cheers.
Cheers. Cheers.